What's going on, everybody? You're listening to the S3. This is our usual Wednesday football edition. I am JD. She is Lady M. Lady M, how are you today
I'm
with
good.
your
Fighting the
cougar
sleepy. I'm
style
good.
Santa Claus hat? Yeah, we're both kind of off today.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you have your times where, like, 'cause yesterday you spent the time, you like did all the floors and everything,
Yeah.
right? So, like, today you have a reason to be tired. Me, I make a living sitting on my ass doing this. Why am I tired? I don't understand. Like, I don't even go outside the house unless you trick me into going grocery shopping with you by offering me promising
there
like chocolate and stuff.
there are different kinds of tired though, and building a business in the initial opening stages is pretty exhausting. So just
Yeah, it
gotta
is,
give
but it's worth
yourself a
it.
little credit for that.
It's worth it. Like, I don't think our company is going to be up 100% where we're like satisfactory with everything that's going on until like probably like June, you
Yeah.
know. But I mean, we're
That's okay
still
though.
working every day towards it. But this is football, that's business. Um what are we talking about today anyway? I wrote the show and I'm asking you. We're doing yard sales. We're going back to NFL yard sales. We're looking for a running back. Maybe can we find value in a running back? Last week we found value in a Mac Jones, and I think another veteran quarterback last week. Hopefully we can turn this mess around in New England. So we're visiting some yard sales, the Atlanta Falcons, Chicago Bears, and the Seattle Seahawks, and seeing if we can get anything from them today. Maybe, maybe not. You hold the business card, so you'll be making those decisions. We're also going to go over the Week 14 schedule for the NFL, starting with an awesome matchup that everybody wants to watch on Thursday night: the Patriots at the Steelers.
Oh
Oh,
no.
wow. Yeah. So we'll go into that. We'll go into our locks of the week. I actually won last week, I think, by like one win, maybe
I haven't
one,
even
one
looked.
or
I
two
think I'm
wins.
behind posting results on Twitter even. I haven't been very good
Yeah.
about that.
Twitter kind of sucks lately. I've noticed that, like,
Or X.
well, X, but I noticed that like one out of every 2 to 3 posts now are ads.
Yeah.
Like, it's like they're really reaching for ads right now.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, I get it. It's the holidays, but go. Why am I seeing it? I've never bought anything. Like, there's no algorithm anywhere that says, hey, this guy likes looking at ads. No, there isn't. I've never done it on X. I've done it on Facebook. I get caught on Facebook buying, so ooh, that looks cool.
Well, they
Stuff.
are really, really, really good at their targeted marketing. Whatever algorithm they use on Facebook for targeted marketing is like, I would
Yeah,
love to have that.
yeah, because it's like thousands and thousands and thousands, maybe even millions of points that their
Yeah.
system reads out. It's
They get me
crazy.
too sometimes. I'll show something really cool. I'm
Oh,
like, I need that.
so third quarter, we're going to go over the locks of the week. And then the fourth quarter, we've got best bets. I've got one best bet for the game tomorrow night. There's only one that I can actually see wanting to put money on because both teams are terrible. The records are different, but
Yeah.
like, anyway, stay tuned for that. I've got a DFS build for tomorrow night's game that I actually like. I'm positive this build's going to make money because of how terrible both teams are. Even though the Steelers have a positive record, and then go Army, beat Navy,
Beat me.
right there.
Yep.
Beat Navy, big block words. That is Saturday. We're gonna go over a little bit about the records and the scorings and who won last time and the matchups overall and so on and so forth. We're gonna dig into that into overtime. But what is up first?
Headlines and Yo Mama.
Yo, mama. All right. Headline number
Oh,
one: Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence suffered a right ankle sprain in the loss against Cincinnati on Monday night. Team says they have not ruled him out to play on Sunday. I'm telling you, just based on the video that we watched last
yeah.
night, Does
They
he
need
look
to.
like a guy that's ready to bounce back in 6 days?
Oh, that looked terrible. It looked painful watching it.
Wow.
Yeah.
High ankle sprain. Oh. All right. First joke. What do you got to say about my mama?
Yo mama, so old, she celebrated the first Christmas.
Oh, wow. Damn. All right. Headline number 2, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter, Patriots running back Ramondre Stevenson to miss, quote, a few weeks with a high ankle sprain.
Yeah, I had to pull him out of all my fantasy lineups today.
Oh, thanks for the reminder. I got to do that. I actually think I have more Ezekiel Elliott right now than I did Ramondre Stevenson anyways.
I only have one Ezekiel.
Yeah. So
he's not worth as many points as Ramondre.
Right. I mean, well, Ramondre's the starter, but guess who's starting this week?
Yeah.
Ezekiel. So looks like
We'll see.
this guy is going to score more points. All right. Yo mama's so ugly, she turned Medusa into stone.
Ha! That's a pretty good one.
Headline number 3. Steelers quarterback Mitch Trubisky says, quote, I'm going to be aggressive versus the Patriots on Thursday.
I mean, he doesn't need to be the way that
I don't think he can.
We've been playing. I don't think they have to try that.
Here's
hard.
the thing about the Patriots, though. The defense has been playing great. They've allowed 10 points, and 6 points in the last 3 games.
That's true.
So I don't think he can be aggressive versus the Patriots because the defense is still pretty good, despite the fact that they're missing like 4 of their original starters. They're still playing pretty damn good. They just held the Chargers with all of their weapons. And I think the Chargers offense is better than the Steelers offense.
Right.
To 6 points.
Right.
2 field goals. Right. But he says, I'm going to be aggressive. Shut up. That's why you're the backup. The only reason why you're starting is because your guy is hurt. The starter's hurt. I'm going to be aggressive against the Patriots. I would love it. Love it. Look, first off, Patriots currently have the number 2 overall pick. All right. The number 2 overall pick. So I'm on the fence right now on would love to see them win.
Yeah.
Would love them to see to get a top pick. Because we haven't had a top pick or a top 3 or 4 pick.
The rest of the way out.
Right. But you don't want to be the team. Oh, they tanked for draft picks. It's kind of a negative vibe. But deep down, that's actually what you want them to do right now. Because what? They've got 6 games left, 5 games left. So maybe they can win 2 to 3 and completely destroy their opportunity for a generational player.
Right.
For what?
No,
but yay, we won a few games, but we missed out.
Stroud.
We missed out. Mess. Yeah, right. We have an opportunity to get our CJ Stroud, maybe in Drake May or
Say
Williams.
Flowers, any of the
kids. So I mean, it's possible. Of course, we could pick up a generational wide receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr., and then pick up a quarterback towards the end of the first round or second.
Yeah.
So there is that possibility. Moving on. Whose joke is it? It's yours.
It's my turn.
All right.
Yo mama's so ugly, she would look better as the Grinch.
Ouch.
That was my
green hair and all.
Green hair and all.
I'm sorry, I just pictured my mom with green hair. She looked like an 80s like punk rocker. That's hilarious. I need to ask my mom if she ever had different colored hair. All right. She just had a birthday not too long ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. No clue how old she is. Do you know how old your mom is?
She's 70. But okay, so that's an easy one to remember though, right? Like it was a whole big deal. We threw all of her children. Well, I don't think my brother showed up. I don't think he could. He did his own special thing with her, but all of her daughters made a whole big weekend getaway. You remember when I was gone in June? That was my mom's 70th birthday retirement party extravaganza.
Oh, yeah. The only way, look, if you're listening and I forgot your birthday sometime during the year, the only reason was I wasn't on Facebook. Because Facebook is one that, oh, crap. It's so-and-so's birthday today. Oh, geez. Sorry, Dad. My bad. All right. What's that? Okay, so Mike McDaniel, Dolphins head coach, on team currently being AFC's number one seed, quote, call me when it's a 13-game season. Are you buying that the Dolphins are the best team in the AFC? Despite their
No,
record.
not 100%. I mean, they're an excellent team, and I don't want to knock that down, but I like some of the sports announcers, even on TV, have mentioned it also has to do with who they've been playing as much as it has to do with their skills, because when you put them up against another skilled team, they don't do as well.
There's only one team in their past schedule. They were not they did not have a winning team when they played. It was the Broncos. But out of all the teams that they played currently, I think only the Broncos currently have a winning record, and they've had to win 5 straight to do that.
Right.
5 or 6 straight.
Right.
So they got the best record. Yeah, they haven't beaten anybody.
If they were playing the Eagles and the Ravens and the Chiefs, and I think we'd get a better idea of where they really stand. But I think
we know where they stand because they played good
stacked.
teams. They just lost all 3 of those games.
Yeah.
They haven't beaten anytime they played anybody with over a 500 record. When they played, they lost.
I don't remember how many years ago it was, but the Cardinals looked really good. They got all the way up into the playoffs. Everybody was super excited, but it was the same scenario. So as soon as they got into the playoffs, they couldn't do anything because everybody was
Kyler Murray's rookie year.
Yeah, probably.
Rookie year or second year? One of those two. I think it was his rookie year.
I think it's
right. Yeah. No. It was his 3rd year. It was his 3rd year because Cliff Kingsbury was the head coach. And they backed into the playoffs. They went into the playoffs on a losing streak and then got beat down in the playoffs.
But that is sometimes the team looks really good because the schedule of who they're playing. So it's hard to tell with the Dolphins because that's the situation they're in this year.
Right. All right. Final Yo Mama joke. You ready for this?
Sure.
Yo Mama's so fat, she only qualifies for group insurance.
Ha! That's a good one.
What's next?
First quarter NFL yard sales.
All right, yard sales. So we're going around. I picked a few. There's really not too many out there right now for running backs, but the Patriots need a running back and could use any one of these. All right. So let's stop at the Atlanta Falcons yard sale. We pull up and they've got not one but 2 running backs out front. One of them is a 23-year-old Tyler Allgeier, second on the depth chart for the Falcons behind Bijan Robinson, averages 3.4 yards per carry. Not the best yards per carry, but he is young, and he has shown spurts of where he can score. Do we make an offer or do we move on? I don't like the yards per carry.
I don't either. I feel like with the proper training or backing or coaching or however you want to look at it, that might be something workable, but I'm on the fence a little bit.
I think we should move on.
Okay. Move on.
All right, moving on. Right next to him is 32-year-old former Patriot Cordarrelle Patterson, who also not only plays at running back, he's a punt returner, he's a kick returner, and he can play wide receiver. Averages 4.3 yards per carry on just 30 attempts. He's 3rd string right now.
Yeah.
With Ramondre down, we could use pretty much anybody, and I'm pretty sure we can get him cheap. Do we make a cheap offer for him?
When he played for us before, did he do well or did he have the low numbers then?
Not really. That's why,
that's why.
He had spots.
Yeah.
It wasn't a complete failure.
Maybe make a low offer.
Low offer.
Yeah.
So we're gonna offer a nickel for to the old lady running the Atlanta. I'll give you 2 bits. What's 2 bits anyway? That's 25 cents? 2 bits?
I don't remember.
Oh, wow. All right. So moving on, we made an offer for Patterson. Let's move on. The next driveway down is the Chicago Bears. The Bears were on the list last week. They had Justin Fields out front. We did not make an offer for Justin Fields. No. They're having another yard sale. They've got running back Khalil Herbert, who has only played in 7 games this season due to injury. He is back. He is healthy. On the season, he has averaged 4.5 yards per carry and can catch out of the backfield. He's 25 years old. Are we worried about the injuries?
A little bit.
Or are we saying, okay, he had one, but he's healthy and he should be good to go from now moving forward?
Is the 4.5 yards before injury or after?
Well, he just came back, so that's before.
That's definitely before.
Yeah.
So my general, I say this with love, Bears fans, don't hate. I've got love for that team somewhere in my heart, but my general rule when it comes to the Bears is throw the whole team away. So I might have to pass him just to stick to my rule a little bit.
All right. So most of the time we didn't even stop at the Bears. You know what? Noted. No more stopping at the Bears yard sales.
Throw the whole team away.
See, we've got a neighbor we don't like. It's the Chicago Bears. They never have any good stuff. All right. Stop it off at the Seattle Seahawks yard sale. They've got one running back out there. It's not the one we want, but it is a young rookie, Zach Charbonnet. The rookie running back is currently injured, but is still the number 2 running back on Seattle behind Kenneth Walker. Averages 4.3 yards per carry and does have a touchdown. The upside is he has a lot of speed and can also catch the ball out of the backfield on 3rd down. Injury's not serious enough to keep him out for more than like a week.
Okay. See, this is a little more promising to me, but particularly in like the speed and catching on the 3rd down. So this one I would make an offer.
Make an offer for Charbonnet. All right, so we made an offer for Charbonnet. Nothing for the Bears. No. Nothing for Tyler Allgeier, but maybe an offer for Cordarrelle Patterson.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. What's next?
Second quarter, week 14 schedule.
All right. So bye weeks this week, the Arizona Cardinals. So hopefully we can actually watch a couple games without having to just watch the NFL Red Zone. Right?
Right.
God, they screw up everything when the Cardinals play. Sometimes they allow a second game on TV at the same time. Sometimes they don't. Even if they don't allow a second game when the Cardinals are playing, sometimes they don't show any games at all when they're not playing.
Right.
I'm like, you've got to be freaking kidding me.
Like they're trying to force people to like the Cardinals more than they do. You Cards fans out there need to do a better job supporting your team so the rest of us don't get punished for it.
Yeah. The good news is we don't have to watch the Patriots on Sunday because we're getting that out of the way early. All right. Speaking of which, Thursday Night Football. It's our Patriots at 2-10 at the Steelers 7-5. 7-5.
I mean, at the beginning of this season, I would have said we can take the Steelers because we usually can. They're not always a challenge, but at this point in the season, I think morale has dipped so low.
Initially in the season, at the beginning of the season, I said that the Steelers would be fighting for 3rd with the Cleveland Browns. Currently, they are tied for 2nd place with the Cleveland Browns. So technically, I'm right. It happens from time to time. Don't put money on it, though. I'm kidding. Put your second mortgage on it. Absolutely. I heard this podcast and I decided to take out a second mortgage because the guy said that, so.
Recognize the smart assery when you hear it, please.
I'm big on smart assery. All right. Patriots. Are we cheering for a victory?
I mean, I'm always going to be in my heart, but in reality, I don't think so.
I'm okay with right now currently having the 2nd pick. I'm cheering more for the Panthers. I'm cheering more for the Panthers than I am for the Patriots. Does that
right,
make me a
because if they win
bad
a couple
fan?
more, we might take the first.
Right?
Right. So
It's
sure.
possible. It's possible.
Let the Panthers win like 2 more games.
The hatred, the daily
we
hatred. One of the reasons why I was so drained of energy today is because my dumbass went on Twitter, excuse me, and just started reading comments and all the bashing and the Bill Belichick hatred and everything from Patriot fans. Patriot fans are so freaking spoiled.
A little
they're
bit.
Just they're so spoiled. We haven't made it to the playoffs since 2021. Which, by the way, everybody that bashes Mac Jones never mentions the fact that he took us to the playoffs as a rookie quarterback and went to the Pro Bowl. They completely leave that out.
Right.
He sucks. He's never going to amount to anything. He was a Pro Bowl quarterback as a rookie.
Spoiled is a good way to put it. We've dominated for so long in the field that they don't know how to handle having a slump year, but it happens to everybody.
I love it. I'm more excited over the fact that we're going to have a great draft pick than if we get 3 or 4 more wins.
Yeah.
Because we've never had a draft pick. Well, we have, but not in the current era, the Bill Belichick era.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we could really do something with that and come out the gates looking completely different next year. I'd be excited to have a good draft pick too.
So we're going to pick our locks next match. It's going to be interesting to see who you pick. It's going to be very interesting to see who you pick for that game. I think you already know which way I'm leaning because I'm more about the draft pick right now. Sunday, the Buccaneers at 5-7 at the Falcons 6-6. This is an NFC South showdown for potential first place in the NFC South. First place up in the air in the NFC South. Buccaneers at Falcons. Interesting game. Your Detroit Lions 9-3 at the Bears 4-8. So the team you love to cheer for versus the team you won't even stop at their yard sale anymore. At 4-8. You know what? I'm just going to let you pick that one now as your first pick because I already know you're taking the Lions.
Yeah.
But then again, anybody that's smart would take the Lions this week. The Colts at 7-5. The Indianapolis Colts, despite their injuries, they lost their starting quarterback. They get their starting running back back, and then oops, they lost their starting running back again. They're at 7-5, taking on the now 6-6 and still in the playoff hunt. Yeah. Thanks to a guy named Browning, right? Who nobody knew who the hell Browning was outside of Cincinnati before he started a game or he got brought into the game for Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Hey, look, he looked great last week. He looked great last week, Sunday, last week. Wow. Seeing what he did with that offense, like, I may have to pick Cincinnati this week. I just might have to. He did all that with just a week and a half as a starter?
Yeah.
Okay. The Jaguars, with or without a hurting Trevor Lawrence at 8-4 at the Cleveland Browns. Also, both teams in the playoff mix. Jaguars are actually, I think, number 1 in their division right now. Right?
Yeah,
in their division. Browns tied for second. They're cheering on the Patriots this week. Right? Patriot fans aren't cheering on the Patriots, but Browns fans, they're cheering on the Patriots.
Yeah.
All right. Panthers 1-11 at the New Orleans Saints 5-7. 5-7. You're still in the playoff hunt. Here's the thing about that game. I was keeping an eye on that game. And at the beginning of the game last week, like the Saints fans at home loudly, and I mean loudly booing Derek Carr. Anytime Taysom Hill came in, because they'll bring Taysom Hill in for certain packages like a Wildcat or whatnot, and Carr comes out. Every time Taysom Hill came in, they cheered loudly. Every time Derek Carr came in, they booed loudly. And freaking Derek Carr brought him back to win that game.
Right.
Like, if I was Derek Carr, I'd be walking out like this.
Right.
Seriously. Thanks for your support.
I mean, him fighting to bring them back at that game kind of was.
Yeah.
If you're fighting your own fans to turn around and do what they're saying that you're not going to do, then you are flipping them the bird.
All right, Texans 7-5. The Houston Texans are 7-5 at the New York Football Jets 4-8. Zach Wilson starting this week. Zach Wilson is starting this week for the Jets.
I definitely think the Texans are going to run all over him then, but
the Jets should lose. All right, the Rams at 6-6. Rams have shown some life in the last couple of weeks with Williams coming back at running back. Unfortunately, they're taking on probably the real number one seed in the AFC, and that's the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
Right? That's going to be a tough matchup. I picked the Ravens on that one. The afternoon games, the Vikings at 6-6 with Josh Dobbs as their starting quarterback at the Raiders at 5-7 in Vegas. That's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a lot closer game than expected. You get the Seahawks at 6-6 at the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers just showed up this week against the Eagles and absolutely destroyed them.
Yeah, they did.
So despite their records,
the Eagles are so happy about it too.
The 49ers, obviously look the part of being the better team, even though they've got one more loss than the Eagles. But the 49ers looked like they belonged at the top of the NFC.
Yeah.
All right. This is a good game right here. Bills 6-6.
I always like
when Chiefs.
Yeah, I always like when Allen and Mahomes go against each other.
It's going to be a shootout.
Your games are great.
It's going to be a shootout. I like it. All
right,
was
the game. That was a wild card playoff game, I think, when they had in the last minute and a half of the game, there were 3 touchdowns and a field goal.
Yeah, that was the game to go, I think, to the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, that was
the winner of that went to the championship game, I think.
One of the craziest things I've ever seen in football.
Broncos, winners of 5 straight at the Chargers, who just put up a total of 6 points and won in New England. Wow. I'm choosing the Broncos in this game.
I don't know. That's a big win on anybody's standards.
I mean, it's a big win because the head coach is on the hot seat right now. He needs as many wins as he can get right now.
That's true.
I don't think he's going to get one this week. Right. Broncos are as hot as any team out there right now.
Yeah, they are. I don't know where they came from exactly, but they sure turned stuff around.
They're in Denver, sweetie. They come from Denver. The Sunday night football game, the Eagles at 10-2 at the Cowboys 9-3. Are the Eagles going to disappoint in consecutive weeks? Are the Eagles pulling a Dolphins?
No.
Right? Where anytime they play big games, they lose.
I think they can take the Cowboys. Although I'm not 100% sure if that's just because I want to see it happen.
Thank God you get to pick first in that one. All right, Monday night, we're going to pick both these games.
Okay.
Because I tried to find one that was more competitive than the other, and I couldn't find it. So screw it. We're stuck with both. All right.
Okay.
Starting with, and they both start at the same freaking time. How much sense does that make?
That's a strange way to do it.
One's on ESPN Plus, the other's on ESPN. One's on ABC and ESPN Plus, the other's on ESPN. Right. Hey, we got two TVs in the living room.
We do.
Both games. All right. I don't know if I want to watch one of those games, let alone both of those games.
They look like they're going to be a trampling.
The Titans at 4-8. So the Dolphins are playing a team with a losing record, so they should win.
Yeah.
Right?
They should stomp. I don't think it'll be 70 points like they pulled off earlier this season, but there should be a pretty big slap down.
And then you've got the Packers at 6-6 at the Giants at 4-8.
As you mentioned the other night off air, ever since you fell out of love with love. He's suddenly performing. So
it's the story of my life right now. Everything that I say is going to happen is like the opposite is happening. So if you want to get rich, take out that second mortgage and just bet opposite or whatever the hell I'm saying. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
But do that. Do that. All right, moving on. So those are the games. Let's get into our next quarter.
Third quarter locks of the week.
All right, you get to pick first. Do you just want to throw the Lions in there now, or are you going to make me wait for you to say Lions?
Let's go in order. We got to do our Thursday night.
All right. All right, so Thursday night, who you got? Patriots at Steelers.
Steelers.
I just
I'm
somebody like
realistic.
You know, it's the Steelers. I can't even talk myself into buying anything that the Patriots offense put out.
Yeah.
Like anything right now. I don't know what happens to them. They reverted to like a Division II college offense. Like they can't do anything right now.
It's real bad. It's so bad.
I loved it the other day. I was on X, spent a lot of time on X. Read into that as you will. And some idiot Patriots fan at the end of the game goes, the offense still looks better with Zappe. And I responded with, dude, they scored 0 points.
Yeah.
How do they look better and they couldn't even get into field goal range?
Right. Right.
God, people's hatred blinds them. Absolutely blinds them to the
He's looking for a
truth.
Scapegoat to pin everything on. But the thing when it comes to sports is, a bad player can affect the team, but it's a team.
I did the same thing today. I was on X and I was going through the Patriots comments. And one of the things that they love to do is they go back to like Belichick's draft picks. And they're like, can you believe he drafted this guy when this guy was still on the board?
Right.
Like, so this idiot pulls up the fact that back in 2013, Bill Belichick drafted Dobson at wide receiver, 13 picks before Keenan Allen, who is a stud wide receiver right now for the Chargers. Right. So he goes out there and says, remember the time when he picked this when Keenan Allen was still on the board? So I went back and I actually read the report on Allen. He was injured. He had a PCL injury. Yeah. He didn't even go to the scouting combine, so he didn't work out in front of coaches at all because he wasn't healthy enough at the time. And then when he did his pro day, his college pro day, he ran a 4.71 40, which is linebacker speed.
Right.
And I responded to the guy with all of those facts, and I'm like, you're telling me you would have drafted this guy?
Right.
Seriously?
Right.
The only reason he was on the Chargers' radar is because it was a local Division I college that was holding a pro day. Every California team was at that pro day.
Right.
I wouldn't expect Bill Belichick up in New England to jump on a plane and go see the Cal Pro Day.
Right.
Really?
Right.
So I responded to him and he deleted his post. Like, jerk. That shit out of there. Because people I call them cockroach fans. Because when the cockroaches come out, when the lights are off, right? As soon as you turn the lights on, they scatter.
Right.
But when it's darkest, the cockroaches come out and then they do cockroach things. So right now it's darkest. So all the cockroach fans are coming out and said, this is why he should be fired. And this is what he's done wrong in the past.
Yeah.
They don't mention anything that he's done right. Like, oh, by the way, he drafted Tom freaking Brady.
It's not about that. It's about finding a scapegoat to pin it on.
Yeah.
That's all that it is.
Look, if you're going to come out and throw some bullshit out there, at least look at the stats. Right? Look at the facts of the case before you just throw bullshit out there. Right? Oh, it's been all Brady. That's the reason why we went to the Super Bowl. Brady is one of 22 starters. Yeah. Tom Brady doesn't play defense. Tom Brady didn't draft the guys he picked. He didn't pick Julian Edelman. who was a quarterback at Kent State.
Right.
Bill Belichick drafted him and told him he was playing receiver, and he ends up making the greatest catch in Patriots big game history. When the ball gets deflected against the Falcons and he jumped out and caught it like an inch off the ground, ended up saving our day. Right?
Yeah.
No credit whatsoever for drafting guys like that. They just go back and they pick the bad guys. Right?
Yeah. It's easy to turn around and point out all the mistakes.
Yeah.
It's important to remember that there's
the guy put
together other side of that coin.
He put together 10 AFC championship teams in 20 years. Nobody has ever done anything like that. They don't want to mention any of that. They only mention the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Cockroach fans. Can't stand them. Moving on. I'm taking the Steelers with all that being said, by the way.
I was like, you still haven't told me who you're picking officially. Sir, that was a lot of a side talk to get out of having to say Steelers.
I can't stand him. I told him, I said, I'm taking receipts, screenshots, and names. I don't want to see any of these assholes who do nothing but bash the Patriots and their coaching staff and their ownership next year when things look good. I don't see any of them. I don't want you saying, hey, good job. I don't even want to see that. I don't want to see it at all. You can't be with them in their darkest times. Right? If you like, it's like us. If you're not our friends now, when our company gets to where we're trying to take it, don't come and try and be our friends then. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. All right, moving on.
Very true.
Back to football.
On. So Sunday night, I'm taking the Eagles.
Ooh. I'm taking the Cowboys.
Okay.
I'm taking the Cowboys. The team from, I believe, Dallas is going to win this game. All right. Next up, the Titans at the Dolphins. Who do you got?
Dolphins.
Okay. Yep. I'm with you on that one. Here's the big one. Am I back in love with love? I'm going to let you decide first.
I don't think you are, but I think you're able to pick when it's appropriate. Like I'm going to pick Packers.
All right. Yeah, I'm picking the Packers. There's nothing that I can pull out of my ass stat-wise that says the Giants are going to win this game.
Giants in there.
The Packers are hot right now. Packers look good. All right. This is the way it is. All right. You get first pick. Now can you pick the Lions?
Games to pick, so I am going to do
we're still doing 3. We're still doing 3. It's a pick 7 this week.
An extra. Okay.
Because of the extra Monday night.
I'm still taking the Lions.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
I am.
All right.
Sure.
You're taking the Lions. I am going to take. I'm taking the Ravens at home over the Rams.
If you didn't, I was gonna.
Well, that's why I did.
Okay. I'll take the 49ers.
Well, okay. You know what? I'm feeling spicy for these last couple takes. I'm taking the Broncos to beat down the Chargers and their 6-point offense.
All right.
Taking the Broncos. Let's do it.
Still feels like cherry picking. I did want to do one that was risky.
Vikings, Raiders.
Cherry picking.
Texans, Jets.
That would be cherry picking. The Texans are looking pretty good right now.
Jags and Browns, perhaps.
I think I'm going to take the Jaguars. Yeah, I'll do that one.
Jags. Really? We don't even know if Trevor Lawrence is going to play.
Yep.
You're all right. That is going out on.
I'm going for it. I'll pay my risk.
I'm cheering. You know what? I'm taking the future 2-win Carolina Panthers over the Saints. I'm taking the Carolina Panthers to beat the Saints. That was probably the worst pick I have ever made on this show, but it's only because I want them to win and give up the first pick to our New England Patriots.
Right.
Come on, baby. Come on, Carolina. Just one time. One time. Do it for us. Do it for the Patriots fans. Come on. Is that it?
That's it.
That's it. All right, run down them.
All right. So I have Steelers, Eagles, Dolphins, Packers, Lions, 49ers, and the Jaguars. You have Steelers, Cowboys, Dolphins, Packers, Ravens, Broncos, Panthers.
Yeah,
I can't even keep the laugh out when I said Panthers.
Like, I mean, I didn't even flinch when it was coming to picking the Dolphins, but I jumped right on picking the Carolina Panthers over the New Orleans Saints. Unbelievable. All right, what's next?
Fourth quarter, best bets and DFS builds.
Look, most of the time I've got way more to go off of here, but this is a crapshoot game where I don't expect like anything exciting to happen. Yeah. It's in Philadelphia, so even field goal, or it's not in Philadelphia, it's in Pittsburgh. So even field goals are hard to come by because of the stadium and the winds. And so I am very positive. I'm very hopeful about this build because I'm picking defense to start it out with. At the captain spot, I've got the Steelers defense special teams at 9,900. Following them, I've got the Patriots defensive special teams at 5,000. I've got kicker Boswell from Pittsburgh at 5,400. I do not have New England's kicker because, I mean, we couldn't even get a field goal last week.
No, and then we lost Folk, and that was
yeah.
That was a mistake.
So didn't pick them. I got wide receiver Pickett from Pittsburgh. I've got running back Ezekiel Elliott, who's going to be carrying a very large load this week with Ramondre being out. I think that's a good pick. And I've got Jay Warren at $8,000 running back for Pittsburgh. So I went mostly defense, special teams, running game. I do have one wide receiver in there. I think if you're going to pick one of them, it's got to be Pickett. Pick it. Makes sense to me. I don't even need to see the stats. He's got pick in his name. So, I mean, obviously, you're supposed to pick him. All right, for the best bets, here's my best bet. The over-under in this game is 30. Pick the under.
Yeah.
Pick the under. Every game for the last 3 weeks for the Patriots has been under. Why? Because the Patriots offense sucks. However, I will say this. I would be excited to see the Patriots come out and put 27 points up and still hold the Eagles or the Steelers to 10 points.
Right.
I would love to see that.
I mean, we all would.
Probably not going to happen. Probably not going to happen. Patriots still get their top draft pick. What's next?
Overtime. Army versus Navy. Go Army, beat Navy.
Beat Navy. Go Army, beat Navy. I'll post a picture of the uniforms. I love the uniforms.
Yeah.
This week, every year they have different uniforms. The Navy uniforms were created by Under Armour. Navy's uniforms this week will honor the, quote, Silent Guardians, a.k.a. the Submariners. It's like a deep navy blue, if you will, uniform. Very simple, but very stealthy. I kind of like it. I do. Army's uniform designed by Nike. Army's uniforms this week will pay tribute to the, quote, dog-faced soldiers, honoring the 3rd Infantry Division tan desert color, honoring their role in the Iraq War. Rocky the Bulldog, which, by the way, was designed by Walt Disney.
Oh, yeah?
The division's mascot will be on the helmet. So, should be pretty cool. This is probably one of the best uniform matchups that we've had. On the season, both teams, Army and Navy, finished at 5 and 6. So you're not just playing to beat the other team, you're playing to finish at 500 and potentially get into a bowl game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Army won their last matchup 20-17. Army's won 5 of the last 7 matchups. The wins have alternated over the last 5 years. The overall record has Navy with the edge with a 62 win, 54 loss, and 7 tie record. overall. Longest winning streak in this rivalry belongs to Navy with 14 games, 14 wins from 2002 to 2015. Army's longest winning streak is 5 games from 1992 to 1996. Those were my high school years. Yeah. That's why I joined the Army, because Army was dominating Navy on the football field. That's not why, but I did join the Army.
Sure.
All right.
Throw that out there. The
very first game of the rivalry on November 29th, 1890 was won by Navy 24-0. The two teams have scored a total of 1,552 points. Go Army, beat Navy. Beat Navy. Damn right. All right. We'll be watching that game. No grocery shopping during this game.
Okay.
All right. No dragging me out of the house like you did on conference championship weekend to go grocery shopping for 2 hours. No bueno. All right. We'll watch the game. We're watching the game. We have to order groceries this week. Plain and simple. This is how it works. Make sure that you check out any of the past episodes for the S3 football and basketball shows. If you missed the live, you can find us on our new home at CoachJeffDemers.com. You can listen to the podcast at HeroesMediaGroup.com and on Spotify. Don't forget, after this week, we are on holiday break so that we can shore up our end of year for our company. We'll be back January 3rd. So basketball show on Friday, and then that's it for us. Happy holidays, everybody. Take care. Have a great day.